All right, folks, and we are back. Sorry about that. Just brief technical difficulties. Just trying to get some stuff sorted out, but we should be good for the rest of the broadcast. If you guys are just joining us, we're getting into our first week of Smite League Pro play-ins. So this next couple of competitions will be the SPL potential players. We're going to go over the format in just a couple of seconds, but first, how you doing today, Hindu Man?
I'm not too bad. I'm excited because it is the Pro League overall. Wow, look at that background we've got on screen right now. Oh, okay, they fixed it. We've got red bubbles behind us again. That's okay.
There we go.
We're both missing left shoulders today. After it appears our left shoulders are not going to be, with us for this broadcast. But we don't really need those for this, I guess. But yeah, how are you looking forward to it, FDOT? Because we're going to see the teams that didn't finish in the top four, like the 5th and 6th seed, like 5 Angry Men, the Critisauruses. They're still going to have a chance to get into the Pro League today and actually win some money for themselves in doing so. Hopefully, it'll go well for them.
That's what I'm most excited to see, Hindu Man. Really excited to see the new, either A, new teams, or B, the teams that don't really get highlighted due to the fact that we have so much talent in our scene. We get a chance to really see them flesh out and play against an even matchup. A lot of times we see these teams that are very good seem to be not so good because their opponents are
Superstars.
a team that's been together for 2 years.
Superstars, that's what we'll call them. 'Cause that's what the future is. There will be superstars, as time goes on. But there's still an opportunity for 2 of these teams, I thought, to be those superstars as well and be well known and get to face off and better themselves. And the ones that don't make it, they will go into the Challenger Cup, which will be a 7-week tournament where you're going to be able to earn cash prizes. And the top 2 teams are still going to have a shot to get to the Pro League as well after. So still opportunities to go to Worlds for every single team involved in both regions, technically. Whether it's going to happen or not, I'm not sure. However, we're going to be following Team Vengeance versus Epiphany Gaming this game, FDOT, which is going to be a round of 16 matchup between the two. The winner will go on to face possibly 5 Angry Men in the next round, and that will guarantee them a spot into this. So on the left-hand side, we should be seeing Epiphany Gaming. Right-hand side, Team Vengeance in this one. What bands are you going to expect?
Well, we do have the Scylla and Osiris bands out. Anything past that, I think we'll just see standard bans. A lot of teams, when it comes to teams like Cognitive and Dignitas, there's a lot more research on those particular teams. So you have an idea of what the ban potential is going to be, the respect bans. Here, within the play-in league, Hindu, I think we should expect to see a lot more standard, I don't want to play against Kumbhakarna-esque bans.
I agree. I think with what you're saying there, you're basically saying to an extent that when you play against someone like, I don't know, like Lazes in the jungle, you technically want to try and take away things like Loki,
Exactly.
But at this level, you take away the strong picks of the stuff that's going to cause an issue for you. Now, we can see at the moment, Giannis has been banned out as well, so that's all the bans through, but that's left Rom on the table. And there's been a lot of talk just lately after about how actually strong Rom is.
Yeah, Rom is very strong, and I feel like Rom's strength really goes up as your personal skill as a hunter goes up. You see, Rom is a very basic attack oriented god, and if you can hit those basic attacks, then you really can get the full juice out of his kit. Unfortunately, if you miss and you miss with your magic arrows, then you really don't do any damage. So it's really 100% rooted in how good you are at nailing your basics. That's why we see the top tier hunters like Dignitas Zapman and Cognitive Gaming's Barracuda really shine with them. Here in the play-ins, we should see a similar level, but don't expect how strong Rom is, we'll have to see in the actual game.
We really will. The big thing is to land that Astral Barrage as well, with those snipes coming down from the sky. If you can land all 3 of them, it does do massive damage just to a single target or multiple targets if required. But picks and bans coming through very, very quick here, and we can see Thorjon Quay locked in for Team Vengeance, and Epiphany Gaming gone for Chuck and Athena. Not surprised with the Athena pick. Surprised by the Bacchus one, though.
I like the Bacchus pick. Bacchus does a lot of damage and essentially lowers the kill threshold, and it allows Vengeance Gaming to really pick an interesting hunter. Knowing that Bacchus brings so much burst damage to the lane, you can pick a hunter that doesn't necessarily have to 100-0 somebody like an Artemis. You have a little more flexibility on that. Well, so we should see interesting stuff.
I guess that works in two ways then, because when you think about Ramon, you said it earlier yourself, is that he's very auto-attack focused. Using a skill like Intoxicate, where you're not going to be able to shoot straight effectively at all, could play into that. And then especially when someone like Neith is on the table, Neith's very good at not necessarily 100 to 0 in someone, but providing that utility to the team, and also has a pretty good matchup against Ram overall because she can stop him from rolling away with her root, and then obviously on top of that she's got the attack speed slow from Unravel. But it looks like they're going to go with Apollo and Team Vengeance here after Ale Kwong and Artemis were actually banned out.
Yeah, Apollo's generally a good pick overall. You get the split push capability. We call him the split push champion. So Apollo's always a good pick, and I like it. You'd have to look really far and wide for somebody that doesn't like the Apollo pick, Hindu Man. It's always applicable. It's always relevant.
Yeah,
right.
The ultimate is just a good escape or it's just good overall. And then we take a look over on the left-hand side.
Poseidon.
The Freya pick I really like. Her clear actually got buffed with the Bumbus Mask change.
Yeah, he did get, because obviously it does extra true damage now as well. On top of that as well, that mana regeneration consistently for her, it's going to allow her to spam her abilities a little bit more. She doesn't have to be in the jungle to regenerate that mana at all times. That's a pretty good change for her, so she can gank and still generate mana to be able to cast some of those abilities overall. Now we can see on Epiphany's gaming with their lineup, it's clearly going to be Poseidon in the middle lane. That Chuck was picked up early for the solo, so they could go for the magical Freya. You could see that on paper by how it was really played out. And finally we can see Team Vengeance rounding this one off with Hercules. Now Hercules in the solo lane against Chuck. It should be pretty much of a stalemate between those two.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect to see much death go on in that solo lane, unless, of course, you have some intense ganks coming out from Thor or Freya. Freya probably a little more applicable, and we'll probably have a little more success in making that gank, but about that, we'll have to see how that actually works out, because both of these characters might as well be brick walls, Hindu Man.
Yeah, they might as well be. I mean, if Freya tries to come in for the gank, Hercules Mitigate Wounds is available. You can pop that, and obviously she's auto-attack focus, so if you can sustain and juke a couple of them, he'll be able to heal back up. So, solo lane is going to be kind of just a tank fest, but the mid lane, we're going to see Poseidon versus Zhonghui. And overall, I'm guessing Poseidon should really push into the tower early game, put the pressure onto the Zhonghui early stages, and then Zhonghui kind of brings it back once he gets himself going.
Yeah, I do like the Zhonghui. It's a thick character in addition to with the Bacchus. And if you take a look at the lineup, Thor, Zhonghui, Bacchus, Hercules, they're all thick and hard to kill.
Yeah.
And Apollo, not so much, but has an immediate get out of jail free card with that Across the Skies ultimate. Vengeance Gaming looks to have like a very tough to kill, tough to gank, tough to go up against lineup. Epiphany Gaming will have to really depend on their ability to dish out burst damage and really nail their skill shots in order to see what they can do to Vengeance Gaming.
So Epiphany Gaming going to be on the left side for this one, guys, versus Team Vengeance. These are your two teams in the round of 16 right now of the first week of the play-ins. Obviously, the top 4 teams will go on into the next few rounds of the next couple of weeks coming between the LAN events. But for right now, I'm F-Dot. I'm F-Dot. You're Hindu Man. Let's go with that. That sounds good, right?
It does sound right. My name is F-Dot. I'm joined here by Hindu Man, and we'll see you in just a couple of seconds. Stay tuned for the start of Smite Action. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your first match of the day. It's going to be this first match of the SPL Pro League play-ins. My name is F-Dot, joined by my co-caster Hindu Man, and we're going to get into the first game, which is Epiphany Gaming versus Vengeance.
Yeah, Epiphany Gaming going to be on your left-hand side of the screen on the spectator UI. Starting from the bottom of the map, it's going to be Yo-Yo ABC playing Freya in the jungle, Greaves playing Rama as the hunter, Genpo as Athena as the support, BHD the First playing Chuck, and Grimrak as Poseidon.
Over on the right-hand side in the red trunks, you're going to see Intellitrudon playing the Guardian Bacchus. He's going to be supporting his hunter, Renewable. In the jungle, Cramp will be on that Thor. Death Guy playing the ZK, and LSD playing in the solo lane on that Hercules. But right now, the middle lane, Epiphany about to get stomped on.
Well, they're going to use those arrows to slow him down, and the talk comes out, and the Whirlpool as well. That was a great pickup. Grimrak gets the kill, and the belly flop away from Bacchus saves the day, but quick first blood F-Dot, and good positional play. Nice and cute.
That was really good. It looked like Epiphany wasn't going to go for the gank, but they put 4 people right there by the mid camps expecting it. So when they came around the corner, Epiphany turned on them and got first blood before the game even started. Great play, great heads-up awareness, and because of that, they're going to lead by about 500 gold.
Yeah, small little lead for them at the start of the game. Going to help them out in all the lanes, especially mid lane as well on that Poseidon. Going to be able to put the pressure to that Zhonghui even earlier on now during the start of this. But After that, everyone resets kind of to standard areas here, and you're going to see the mid-camps taken away by both sides as the rotations continue. Lots of deep wards coming out, though, from Vengeance. They're going to be able to see both blue buffs on the map for the moment as Chuck rotates over. They're going to be a little bit late to that lane overall, so see Thor and Hercules try and push that one in.
Let's take a look at mid lane. Thor's in the mid lane. A lot of poke coming out onto Death Guy. Not enough to take him down just yet, unfortunately, for Epiphany Gaming, but they're definitely feeling themselves. Duo lane is pushed up onto the enemy tower. Mid lane took a lot of poke. Speaking of duo lane, that's a lot of poke onto Trudon.
It really is.
He's already beneath 25%.
And if you notice as well, he went for a creeping curse very early on here, F. And by picking that up, he's not going to have many potions for himself. So he's going to have to be very careful in this lane now because they will look for him. They'll try and land the taunt with Athena and just finish him off if they can.
Yeah, Athena's now aggressing onto the hunter.
He went in
very low. That was an interesting decision. And right now, a couple of basics hit. That's a dead Bacchus. Not quite there.
Or is it? It's going to find it with the Astral Strike. Going to come out. The bow actually slows him down, penetrates the minions, picks up second blood for Epiphany Gaming here. And already Epiphany Gaming in a good lead.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 kills in under 2 minutes. Epiphany Gaming is definitely off to a fantastic lead. More aggression in the dual lane. Taunt into the shield wall. Renewables down to about 40%.
But look at Thor. Thor's rotated all the way around the backside here, looking for an opportunity to gank. But what's he going to find? I mean, he's only level 3, level 4 on Ram, and with Athena being there as well, this could be a bad play. He's going to spin to win, trying to get the damage off. Taunt misses. Can he find the kill? He's looking for it. Can't land those autos. And now he's in a world of plane because he's in a minion wave, and Rama is there.
In comes Bacchus, freshly back from the well after being killed himself around the 1 minute and 20-second mark. Freya was here clearing her speed buff. Gonna opt to get back camps instead of provide assistance for Epiphany Gaming. Really just taking an aggressive standpoint, prioritizing farm over this gank that's readily available. Interesting choice coming out from the Freya, piloted by Yo-Yo ABC.
Yeah, Yo-Yo ABC just going to look at trying to clear out his jungle for the most part and get ahead of this Thor, which he is at the moment. Even though Thor did gank that left-hand lane, there's no ward in this left now, though, and Freya's looking for an opportunity at level 4 here after. See if she finds it.
Gets the lift. Renewables taking a little bit of poke. Taunted. Here comes the dash. There it is. Can they continue after the dash? Good roll as Greaves gets to the cripple, but that dash is already on cooldown. No harm, no foul. The taunt is not going to be good, and Renewables going to be safe under tower.
Yeah, Thor's actually wasting a bit of time. They were trying to protect if he did go for the dive there. Wasn't level 5, so he couldn't look for the dunk down. Right-hand side, continuing the trades between Chuck and Hercules, as you expect to see. And in the middle lane, Poseidon's still doing a great job overall, thanks to that nice little lead he got at the start of this game.
Yeah, sort of matching ganks going on in the dual lane, and it's rather interesting. Thor started Death's Toll, so that gank in the left-hand lane should have been very favorable for him, and because of that, it actually might be some trouble. Rom's in the air looking for a snipe. One more shot. There it is. Rom gets the kill against his enemy hunter all by his lonesome.
Greaves did a great job there. I mean, Greaves did a great job because if you notice, he's got 5 seconds in the air and he used all 5 seconds to make sure he picked it up, F. He took his time, made sure he aimed them perfectly, and yet another kill for Epiphany Gaming.
Yeah, it's a surprise kill, too. That's, so it's no surprise that not everybody got a chance to see it. In the middle, Death Guy might be his own namesake right now. The ultimate comes out. The ghosts are going nuts. He's not hiding on his tower, folks. He heals up just enough. Those extra protections save him. He's able to fend off 3 enemy players.
Good play from him overall to be able to sustain in his lane as well after. He's going to be able to continue to farm here and not have to back after that engagement that came on from 3 members of Epiphany. Didn't really get anything out of it. Mid-camps we did see go down to both sides, so they split evenly. But golden experience right now, heavily in favor of Epiphany Gaming. Gold over 2,000, experience just over 2,000 as well.
Just going to be 2,000, as you said. It's important to notice that kill that went in the dual lane was just so incredibly fast. 1 minute. Hunters were hanging out about half HP, not really doing anything, very unassumingly. Ram hit his ultimate button and just outright murdered Apollo. That's the power of Ram, able to surprise your enemy. I think part of that, Hindu Man, is the fact that the god is new, but also expecting to get hit for 50% of your HP is really difficult.
And on top of that as well, I mean, you generally stand in your minion wave when you fight another hunter as well after. It's the sort of tactic you're used to doing. It's the sort of play you make because you know you can't be hit, but when you've got those astral arrows, he just penetrates through, as you see, and it once again, as he starts to work down Apollo's HP bar some more and quickly push him into the tower once again. It takes a little while before So Beautiful really starts to wave clear is effective.
Very true. Dunk comes down in the middle lane. Out comes the Kraken. That guy taking more damage than he's dealt, as does his teammate, the jungler. Athena's down, ulted. Death guy looking like he's going to go down right here. Last hit given to Poseidon. One.
Rob's up.
Two.
Not going to find it.
Hits 1 out of 3. Not enough to kill Cramp.
He just put some pressure on. He's going to force Thor back for the time being. Overall, there's nothing for him to really worry about. Although he's going to try to take that make back experience cap. But now Apollo's overextended. He does have his ultimate online, so he should see this one coming and get out quickly. He's wasting his time. He's going to go down here. There's no escape even if he does pop it, and it goes to Grimrack once again. That should be a Gold Fury there after.
Yeah, by all means, absolutely nobody is alive on this side of the map. You got Renewable dead for about 5 more seconds. Bacchus is coming here, but it's a lot of damage coming out already. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. That's a 6-minute Gold Fury. Epiphany Gaming is going to lead the game by about 4,200 gold, 4,600 experience.
They are, but Freya decided to die to the Gold Fury there, just a sacrifice for the sins, for the gold of the team there. So Freya going to go down for the first time in this game as well. But luckily, didn't give away any gold to the enemy team on that one. So it's 5-0 right now in the favour of Epiphany Gaming. The winner of this goes through to the next round as well, which will be the quarterfinals, and if they can win that one as well, then they will be eligible to enter in the next couple of weeks as well to try and get this play-in spot that is on the line to an extent during this tournament today. So at the moment, 6 minutes in, Epiphany Gaming in full control, and it looks like it's starting to go badly. So this is not what Vengeance had planned here after.
Yeah, all lanes for Epiphany Gaming are leading. Even Freya, 500 gold ahead, despite doing her best DJ Pernix's impression, dying to that Gold Fury, still ahead by about 500 gold as she clears that speed buff. The right-hand lane, pretty much exactly what we expected, Hinkerman, a straight stalemate. But BHD the first really just not able to take down LSD, and LSD really not able to take down BHD either. So.
I'm interested to see what their item builds are going to be, because there's a lot of magical damage on the side of Epiphany Gaming. So Hercules has to think about that when he's doing his item choices here after, because he's going to have to tank up a lot of front line of this Freya, of this Poseidon. And if he builds physical to just deal with Chuck, like he's going to need to now because he's low, and he's going to go down under the tower, forced under the axe comes out and secures the kill on him on this side. Bit of a rotation in mid, though, as the belly flop comes in and connects onto Athena, the burps down, but good Kraken, going to do some damage, but the ghosts are out as Freya takes to the sky, secures one, Thor's up. Can he get down to save the day? He's going to get a stun for now. The turnaround, 1 for 1 right now, and the Dukes are on. Can she dodge the abilities? He can, you know, after he can, and Freya's going to drop, making it a 2 for 1. Vengeance holding on.
That was a fantastic play by Cramp, knowing exactly when he had to come down. A lot of players would say, no, don't go into the meat grinder, but he came down to save Death Guy. Death Guy also got the exorcism off at about 1 HP. He healed himself up just enough to survive the extra basic coming out from Freya. One smack of the hammer from Cramp, made sure he died, got the double kill. That's what the type of play that Vengeance Gaming is going to look for. If you take a look at the graph, there's a massive spike downwards because of that double kill in mid. Great recovery, still behind, but if Vengeance Gaming wants to be ahead, that's the type of play they need to make over and over again.
Agreed, over and over again. We're going to have a look in the left-hand lane, the duo lane once again. You can see Apollo 2 levels behind right now, this Rom in this lane. Even after that full minion wave there, he's still only level 8, and that's a big lead for Rom developing there. Blue buff being started, and Bacchus and Apollo hanging around here. This is dangerous because there is the jungler in the air as well. They saw that one, and now Apollo's in trouble again. He's going to have to use the Mez, but he's still getting consistently slowed by Rama, who's trying to land those astral strikes as much as possible, just looking for the autos to finish him off. Ray's going to come around and clean up the kill again. Apollo overextended. He could have just used his ultimate to get away there after.
Unfortunately, just got caught out. Graves, level 11, his opposing Hunter, who just died for the 4th time in 9 minutes, renewable 418, only level 8. So that's a 3-level lead as we take a look at this engagement in the middle lane. A lot of damage. Kraken's going to come out and completely eliminate the Bacchus. Death Guy playing safe on the back end of his tower, knowing that that burst is there. Also important death for Bacchus. That's another Gold Fury if it hadn't been up. Unfortunately, it's dead for Epiphany Gaming, so their lead is going to stay stagnant at 5,000.
And you can see Epiphany Gaming now. They've realised they're in the lead in the confident mid lane. You're going to see the whoop come out as Freya keeps the pressure on. But the whole team roaming around, like Poseidon's rotating, Athena's rotating, Freya's. They're all looking for something to do. Someone to fight, someone to gank, someone to continue the lead. Mid-cap spawning, though, left-hand there in time. And Freya might have to contend with Jean-Qui on this right-hand side.
Freya level 9, Zhonghui level 10, despite the fact that Freya's team is the one in the lead. Death Guy actually has a good chance at this. A good hog gives it to Yo-Yo ABC.
Right-hand side.
And now stuck in between in the whirlpool. Death Guy going to take it down right here due to the hand of the taunt. Final kill goes to the carry of Yo-Yo ABC. And now they're collapsing on the right lane, Hindu Man.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they use everything. Thor dunked down onto Chuck, didn't find the kill. Left-hand side, though, Rom takes another kill, and he's going to be able to get this tower on the left-hand side because no one's there to defend. And this grouping from Epiphany Game is going to catch Bacchus out of position again. He's going to get hit by the whoop, the taunt at the wrong time. Confound comes down, Intoxicate. Going to buy him a little bit of time, but for how long as he belly flops into a Chuck, who starts to collect his blood god rage.
There seems to be a lot of vision on the floor for both Epiphany and Vengeance. Unfortunately, Vengeance isn't really utilizing it. We take a look at the wards both in the right-hand jungle and the left-hand jungle. They're well aware of where the enemy team is located. They just keep finding themselves out of position. Here's that Gold Fury we were talking about earlier.
That's right.
Hindu Man, their lead right now is 7,000. This should catapult them into the lead. Might hit. Thor's here. Watch out.
Thor is here, gonna go for the double tap, not gonna find it. Vengeance actually get the Gold Fury from that, but at what cost is the question? As the ghost come out, Death Guy finds 2 kills. Can he find a triple? Is it Ram's trying to take out Thor here on the backside? The good stun, body block is to the best of his ability, but he's got to deal with the Astral Strike. Is it gonna be a triple? It is! That's big for Death Guy, and that's big for Vengeance.
That's absolutely gigantic for Vengeance Gaming. We saw the lead was about 5,000 before, down to 4,000, an entire 1,000 gold taken off of that lead, all by one play. Make that 1,100, folks, 3,900 right now. And Death Guy leading the charge, level 13. The sole reason his team is possible to come back right now. Good help from Trudon and the rest of the support and Thor, but Death Guy really bringing the damage.
He really did. I mean, Cramp did steal away the Gold Fury as well, which was one of the most important reasons for them to try and dive there and secure that. But then Death Guy came with the damage that was so unexpected from Epiphany Gaming, and they just didn't have anything to handle it with. Meanwhile, Apollo, split pushing left, nearly brought down the tower and made it equal on this left-hand side of the map.
I like the play that Apollo made, knowing that he wants to stay there on the left-hand side instead of contribute to the fight. And I think 100% credit
Apollo
needs to go to Cramp. Apollo's going to get out of here with the ultimate across the skies, but Cramp at 12 minutes as a jungler has Hog 3. That is the entire reason they got that Gold Fury, but Thor's in the air.
Thor is in the air, but where's he going to go down to? Only Freya and Athena are going to be a targets here. He's going to look for Freya, find it, the wall goes down. Immediately she goes to the sky though and returns the damage back. Back is dropping low again. Meanwhile, Kraken gets popped on the backside from Poseidon. The stun comes out, but here comes Athena.
Damage coming out from Death Guy. Good Berserker's Barrage. Cramp gets 1 kill.
Oh, the snipes.
Rom shining in from the air. Renewable going to be down low. Got to play this careful if he wants to stay in. 2 shots from the Freya going to bring him down. But now Freya's all alone, surrounded, but with her steroids down.
That comes in, looking for the kill onto Cramp, finds that. Bacchus gets whooped into the air. They're looking for more aggression from this. Can they find it? Well, the damage from Freya is real, and Ram is there to help body block and keep that Bacchus pinned in. With his large frame, it's hard to squeeze through those tight spaces after.
Yeah, this is what's going on with Vengeance Gaming. They're capable of making these large plays during the team fights. They're understanding of the fact that they had to steal the Gold Fury. They bought the right item in the Hog 3. They understand all this, Hindu Man, but their ability to get spread out, or rather Epiphany Gaming's ability to spread out Vengeance, is just too great. And more often than not, you're seeing these 3-on-1 engagements from Epiphany, and Vengeance is just stuck with a lonely Bacchus or a lonely Zhonghui. And unfortunately, it's why they have 15 deaths across the board.
We're starting to see more out of the Hunters now going for the Rom build that he's picked up here. Greaves has gone for the Heartseeker into the Devourer's Gauntlets build here. It's a double stacking option after that's available to them. It does increase your damage, but it can be on the greedy side of things. If you do get behind, you're not going to have any penetration for a longer period of time.
He's going to have some problems bringing down the towers. That said, we already see a tower down on the left-hand side. Greaves, sitting at 8,000 gold, is significantly ahead of his opponent, Hunter, by about 2,200. Only 1 death. So this greedy build, if there's ever a point in time you want to be greedy with your build, Hindu Man, it's right now. It's 14.5 minutes into the game. The team is leading by 4,400, 8,000 experience, and Thor looking for something. Finds an Athena, doesn't get the stun.
Not going to find the stun there, has to back away because already you can see Freya rotating around. Went for a whoop, but cancelled out by the wall immediately from Thor. So good awareness of that, thanks to that ward of seeing that Freya coming round. But now big rotation from Vengeance and Epiphany to this right-hand lane. We could have a massive fight here, and if this goes well for one team, we could see a quick fire giant.
You have two members of Vengeance Gaming in this left-hand lane with two members of Epiphany, but BHD
Apollo
first is right here, and Apollo's coming in the air. LSD underneath the tower. Kraken comes out, a lot of damage done to Bacchus. He's going to find his 6th death of the game.
Jonqui.
Two members under the tower. Here's Jonqui.
What's he going to do? Well, there comes the ghost. He's focusing on Frey, getting the damage off. One down. Who's next on the list? He's going to go for Grimrock, but the Whirlpool's going to slow him, and the detention turned onto him immediately. Good call from Epiphany, but what can they make out of this now? Well, Cramp's going to find one and has to run from this Chak who's quite tanky. As Athena comes on top of him to make sure she can keep the protections up. Tower goes down, and the members of Vengeance have to continue running.
Yeah, Cramp and LSD have to fall back. Cramp at about 10% HP. LSD is going to get taunted, so he's going to be at about 10% HP himself. Mitigate wounds activated, taking a lot of damage from that shock. Here comes Trudon again. Remember, folks, he does have his 6th death, so his next death really isn't worth that much gold, but it's still time off the map, still removed farm, and sitting at level 9, definitely the person in most need of farm.
But right now you can see Greaves is level 18. He's actually pushing in mid lane. He's already taken down the tier 2 tower in left after that solo kill on Apollo that he managed to find for himself. Girl Fury's just spawned, and now Greaves is looking for this one, but already Thor's gone to the sky. The sprint's been popped by Greaves. Where's he going? Greaves is going crazy aggressive. He's not seen Apollo behind him yet as he gets dunked on.
Yeah, Greaves definitely feeling himself a little bit. 6-1 and 4 right now. Might see that death number extrapolate in just a second. Good roll, gonna get himself safe. Slow on to Bacchus, a lift. This might be another death for Bacchus. A good belly flop, gonna protect himself. Greaves,
Apollo's up.
Ulted up by Apollo. Apollo's in the back lines. Good roll away, makes it so beautiful. Miss. Jonqui dies in the backside this whole time. Renewable, try to get out. Gets Kraken. Gets dead, folks. That's gonna be a double kill for BHD, the first. Two members of Vengeance Gaming down, only one alive. LSD, and this is going to be the second Gold Fury of the game at 17 minutes.
Well, it's going to be the second one for Epiphany Gaming, that's for sure. Going this time 22-9 right now. Gold difference just under 10,000 and experience 14,000 experience lead. And it looks like Epiphany Gaming just want to go for Fire Giant here, I feel. Looks like they're all rotating straight over. Yep. This is a good call.
This is a fantastic call, understanding that all the members of Vengeance Gaming are just spawning. If they fight, it'll be a good fight for Epiphany. 10,000 gold ahead, 15,000 experience in the lead. It's a good fight, even if they took it. They opted not to. That's going to be a free Fire Giant. The lead is even higher now. Hindu Man kills 22-9.
And there's only 2 towers left standing for Team Vengeance. And with that Fire Giant online, I expect to see them go down sooner rather than later. We'll see what Epiphany Gaming choose to do. Whether they go for the Phoenix in the left-hand lane, or whether they just look to group up and push down middle. I'd consider maybe sending Rom off solo just to take away Apollo out of the fight there, F-Dot, because he seems to be having a great time against him so far.
Yeah, Apollo's doing the best that he can. And, you know, there's a couple of different skill levels on Vengeance Gaming. Death Guy seems to really be knocking it out of the park, whereas Cramp, making the right decisions, not really able to land all of his abilities. The rest of the team, however, seems to be a little bit different, unfortunately. Bacchus making a lot of interesting decisions, not building Sovereignty's second item, which is almost a cardinal sin, and right now, Jonqui is getting picked off by 3 members of Epiphany Gaming.
Picked off, or is he picking on them because he popped the ghost as Freya goes to the skies? He's still alive as Thor dunks down on the backside. Gonna find a wall, didn't get the stun. Kraken comes out, doesn't do a lot of damage, and still Jonqui lives. But across from the sky, you're gonna see the Astral Barrage dunking down from Greaves once again, who finds a triple. He's still hunting for more as Apollo's running from his life from the death dealer that is Chuck. And that bloody mess of an axe, he's got him. Quadra kill? Will we see a pet? I don't think so, F-Dot. He's too deep. He's playing it safe.
Cramp knows exactly what's on the table, doesn't want to be a part of the next highlight reel, runs back to his fountain, cannot one-man defend an entire tower. They're going to go ahead and take this middle Phoenix, folks. Before 20-minute mark, the middle Phoenix is going to go down. Thor played it very safe, as we said. Can't really defend all by his lonesome. It's going to be both mid and left-hand Phoenix. Expect the Titan in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the Titan could be in trouble now. Minion wave already in mid lane. They could look to end here. I mean, respawns are up soon. Are they going to go for it? Are they going to go for a pick? Going to rotate right instead. Pick up the tier 2 tower. I think this is a better, safer option, F-Dot. Yeah, especially when you know what's on the line, you know, in these games.
Yeah, these folks will go ahead and grab this tower. I'm not sure if they're going to aggress onto the Phoenix. Most likely not, but this is a fight that they can win. And we referenced before just how far ahead this team is. 15,000 gold with the death of that tower and the experience approaching 19,000. These guys are almost all level 20. The enemy under level 15. That's going to be a dead member right there. 2 members taking a lot of damage. LSD, the Hercules, just being eliminated by Greaves. Looking for the triple kill. Gets stunned out by Death Guy while the rest of his team slowly chunks down the Phoenix. Death Guy's here, unleashes the demons. Greaves go ahead and gets the triple. He's going to go ahead and look at Death Guy, not able to pick up the quadra this time around. Apollo going to dash out of the taunt, good as safe. And this Titan is Epiphany Gaming.
It looks like it's going to be Epiphany Gaming. As you can see, Greaves taking him down in the well of all things as well, even with that regeneration. That's how strong Greaves played this game and did Epiphany Gaming. 15-1-6. Greaves ends on there with that ROM. However, it all started right at the start of that game on that very initial beginning where we saw that taunt come out from Athena, the Whirlpool, and the first blood going over to Poseidon. And from thereafter, it looked like Epiphany Gaming felt so confident they had that one in the bag already.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Hindu man. As I said, Epiphany Gaming just absolutely played lights out. Vengeance Gaming had some really spectacular highlights and pinpoint plays that could have turned the game. But unfortunately, as I said before, Death Guy, really all-around good player this game. Cramp making the right decisions without getting the right execution. Whereas Epiphany Gaming had all their ducks in a row. Greaves, 15-1-6, leading the player damage with 24,000. The closest person to 24,000 was Death Guy at 17.
24,000 damage. That shows the strength of ROM, guys. And that was game 1. We'll be back with the next round. It should be a quarter-final match, I believe, that we'll be watching next overall.
We're actually going to be watching 5 angry men in their next upcoming match, Hindu man. Pernicus, awesome. DJ Pernicus will not be playing for them. We'll see who's going to sub in just a second. So after that exciting victory for Epiphany Gaming, they'll go on. Vengeance Gaming has been defeated. So they will go home this week. But we'll stay tuned for more Smite action coming up next. 5 angry men.